Well, we've been winning, here in these 6 games, we've had to win them in a lot of different ways. And I think that that's one of the great things for us. The preseason, getting us ready for the conference play. That's a good thing to have when you're pulling out wins in many different ways. I'll tell you what gets real interesting is to see the deeper you get into the schedule, the way teams are going to try and stop you. And Oakland came out and really disrupted us early, and we were able to kind of weather that storm, and we got into a little bit of a flow offensively as the game went on. So it was it was just a good hard-fought win, and when we get into the last 2 or 3 minutes of a ball game, this team has a confidence that they got a chance of pulling it out.
We talked Thursday about the play of your guards, and you weren't so impressed up to that point. I thought maybe they were flowing a little bit better today, setting some things up a little bit better. What were your impressions of that?
They were. I thought that they played pretty well, defensively and offensively. Oakland runs a very difficult offense to guard, and they have some great pieces. Defensively, they play ball screens really differently, where they don't allow you to use them. And we did a pretty good job. The guards did a pretty nice job of adjusting to it, and we got into a little better flow. We're still not running quite the way I want to. Our point guards are kind of downshifting, so slowing up the break instead of really creating on the break. But both of those kids are adjusting into the role of point guard. Austin wasn't a point guard last year, and of course Jared's a freshman. So we'll get them there. Like I said, it's another way to win. We had to do it in a different way than we did it the last time, which ends up being a pretty good thing for us.
6 wins in a row, that hasn't happened since '04. What does that mean to you, just seeing the teams of the past struggle like we talked about on Thursday, and oftentimes end up on the wrong side of these close games? You're finally pulling these out, and you're doing it consistently. What does that mean to you?
Well, it's great to see, and the kids' toughness, is a big thing. I mean, we've got some confident kids. They're not arrogant. They're not cocky. They can keep themselves in check, but at the same time, they're a pretty confident group. Austin hit a huge shot again tonight. I mean, we were down by, he hit the game winner the other night, obviously, with a couple of seconds to go, a few seconds to go, and then tonight we're down by 3, and we were in a little bit of trouble offensively. They've done a nice job of trapping us, but Austin loves to take big shots, and he stepped up and hit a huge 3. I thought it could have been a 4-point play. I thought he got fouled on the play, but I thought I'm a little biased, when it comes to that. So he hit a huge shot, and from there we just we were able to get some stops and some rebounds and knock down free throws to seal the game.
Heading into Michigan on Tuesday, how big is it that your guys like Darius Paul, a freshman, playing so well? You talked about Austin Ritchie, the way he's playing so well, and just overall, it seems like you've got every guy on the team you can count on pretty much. How big is that moving into Michigan on Tuesday?
Well, it's big. I mean, we haven't had a challenge like we're going to face there yet. South Florida is probably the most talented team we've played so far, but probably not as talented as Michigan. And then the way Michigan is playing right now, they're really on a roll. They don't just have good players, great players, but they also are playing extremely well together. And so we've got a huge challenge, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to take this group in and see how they do in an atmosphere like that. I don't think the atmosphere is going to bother them as much as Michigan's team is going to bother them. Our kids have responded pretty well to atmosphere so far. Like I said, their confidence is pretty good, but at the same time, Michigan, we're facing a different team in Michigan. So we'll see what happens.